Hello, and welcome back to this channel. I'm so excited for today's video because the last 4 months I've been talking about nothing else besides Star Wars. Now, especially 2025, I don't know what's been up, but I've been so obsessed with Star Wars, all the Lego sets, all the movies, all the series, Mandalorian, all of those beautiful series on Disney Plus. So I'm very, very excited for what's coming up, and that's going to be May 4th. Now, there's so many beautiful things, from beautiful promos, an upgrade on what I think could be an upgrade on the coin, and a ton of brand new, absolutely unbelievably beautiful brand new Lego sets for May 4th. So, before we do go in and start talking about every single one of these beautiful Lego sets, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you not miss every video, and please like this video. Let's go and start today's video. So, before I do go ahead and start talking about each and every one of these Lego sets, I do want to say this to you guys. Everything I say is my personal opinion. I'm currently still doing a lot of research on every single one of these to see if it's either going to be a good investment or if it's something that I might consider getting multiple copies of. And I'm really hoping eventually I can do a video where I can compare some of these Lego sets to what I think these could do when they do eventually retire. So, going straight over to Lego.com, we have the big Lego set, the big GWP. Now, every year I really love May 4th because you get to stack promos, and that's always one of the best opportunities to make as much money in return as possible for an investment. So, I do feel like this is beautiful. Comparing it to what we really had last year, I kind of view this Lego set as more of a, downgrade. I do think this is a beautiful Lego set, but I just feel like it's really lacking a lot of detail. I really feel like they could have gone a lot more out of their way to create something even cooler. Now, I'm not saying I don't like the Lego set. I do like the Lego set. It's just not my favorite. Comparing it, if I could either pick one or the other, either I could pick this Lego set or I could pick the Lego set, the Troop Carrier from last year. I totally picked the Troop Carrier. I just really don't like this Lego set, to be honest. So I do think the minifigures could do very well. I think it could almost be a little bit more, it could have a little bit more value than the Troop Carrier, which is actually interesting. But when you view this Lego set, there's not many Lego sets with those specific minifigures in it. And with the Troop Carrier, those minifigures were in so many Lego sets, it just didn't have that much worth to it from a minifigures view. So, I do think with this Lego set, it could possibly hit up to maybe 50-ish. I still need to do a lot more research on this and really see what other Lego investors view this Lego set at, and compare it to some other things and see if the minifigures are fully exclusive to this Lego set. Then, we have one of my favorites. Now, last year, I thought the polybag was okay. From what I can remember, it was like AAT turret or something. Please, remind me if I said that wrong. Please answer that in the comments below. But this is, comparing it to what we saw last year and comparing it to this one, I do like this one a lot more because, number one, even though we see so many just Millennium Falcons, name 2 little Millennium Falcons that have been made. Because at the end of the day, there's big ones, there's small ones, but really, I think there's only really 2 Lego sets of small Millennium Falcons. So I think that can add a little bit of some worth to this. Plus, at the end of the day, who doesn't want a polybag Millennium Falcon? I do feel like this is a definitely beautiful build. I will say, it is still a little bit nerve-wracking because there's so many Millennium Falcons made that could really kind of hurt how this would perform later in the secondary market. But I do feel like it does have an advantage just because it's so small and so compact. You can build it on like a trip or a plane ride, or maybe while you're driving 3 hours on a road trip. Whenever, I do think this could be a great Lego set, and I'll definitely be trying to get as many as possible. Now, going over to this one, I couldn't get a full picture of the coin, but that's how the coin looks. It's going to be the Jango Fett's Starship coin. I do feel like this one's beautiful, and I really love how it stands up on its own. I really do feel like out of all the coins we've seen in the past, I do feel like this one is a little bit of more of a, what I would call an upgrade. Even though the one from last year was really cool, I just really always never liked the fact that it just never could stand up. You could take it out of the box, put it on the desk, but it's just gonna sit there. You have to leave it in the box and kind of open up the box, which looked pretty cool. That wasn't my favorite. I do think this could be pretty cool. Now the only thing is, from what I'm looking at, it does not say Lego. If it does, please let me know if it does, but from what I'm seeing right here, I don't see the Lego thing. So like, let's say you kind of have it on display and someone comes over to your house and says, what's this? Now, it would be kind of nice to kind of explain what it is, but I do feel like it would be very nice if they, like, you had a friend over and like someone looked at it and be like, oh, that was like the May 4th 2025 Lego coin or something like that. It could just say the Lego logo on the front. So I feel like that's kind of like a design error or something like that, but I do really like the design. I just really wish maybe like in this bottom corner right there it could say Lego, but it's pretty good. I will say, I don't know what Lego was thinking, but last year you could spend, I forget how much you could spend, but you could get the coin off of just spending over a certain amount of money. Now you have to spend 2,500 loyalty points, which I think is ridiculous. Because, I mean, even though it's a really, really good coin, it's more of a upgraded one in my opinion, just 2,500 loyalty points is outrageous. I really feel like if they saw that much value in it, they should have just priced it at like $40 too. Same with the like polybag. But I feel like that's kind of just ridiculous that Lego would do something like that and kind of just messed up in a way. At the end of the day, Legos are very, very expensive, and Lego will do anything to make as much money off of that as possible. So that is still understandable from a business type of view, but I just feel like as a Lego investor, that's kind of just ridiculous. I will say, Millennium Falcon, that price hold is very, very, very good. $40, I might be doing some pretty small orders just to get a ton of those, but I will say, keep this in mind. If you are hoping to get as many Millennium Falcons as possible, go ahead, I'm not stopping you, but keep this in mind. This is what happened with the other polybag from last year. The polybag will go into other retail stores. I bought like 10 off of Target during Black Friday last year from the May 4th promo. So just keep that in mind. This Lego set will go into Target, Kohl's, Walmart, wherever. I was actually looking on Target the other day ago to see if anything else was on sale. And I remember talking to my dad and saying, wow, now that's a really good, like, Millennium Falcon. Like, personally, I would buy that to put in my own collection. And then just a few days later, it was announced this was going to be the May 4th, 2025 polybag promo. So I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, because that polybag is unbelievable. So I thought that was kind of a cool coincidence, but then it got me a little bit nervous, like, great, I happen to see it, and you could buy it. So that means Target is already selling it, which is, I guess, okay. So you could possibly buy a few of those, sell in the secondary market, make a little bit of some profit there before it does go more into the normal value of a polybag. But I feel like just that game plan didn't really make sense, but I do feel like the polybag is really, really good. I will say the training facility, it's not my favorite. I will say I'm still planning to do a video really comparing both of them from each other and trying to find as much information from each one as possible to just compare them. So really still hoping to do that video, and if you guys do want me to say some particular information in that video, I'd really love to know what you want that topic to be for that video. And yeah, so you have to spend about 160 or more to get that polybag, or not that polybag, that Lego promo. So I will say, you cannot buy anything under pre-orders and get the promo, which I think is understandable, because then Lego has to hold on to a ton while those orders are being shipped for the first time. So I do like that, but it's just not my favorite. So I will say this will be starting on May 1st. It is not starting on May 4th, so keep that in mind. I actually made that mistake last year, and I realized at the very last second that it was like that night, and I was like, oh gosh, I need to figure out my game plan very, very quick, and I ended up doing a video within like 10 minutes. So just keep that in mind. It is not starting at 11:59 May 4th. Just keep that in mind. It'll be starting on May 1st. So mark your calendars and be ready, because most likely, from what we saw, May 4th actually almost broke the Lego website, and then Black Friday came up and I was really nervous, and then Black Friday was actually pretty easy. So keep that in mind. The risk of Lego.com going down again is quite high, because I remember sitting at the computer for like maybe 6 hours, constantly keep refreshing and just staring at the screen waiting for my turn. I did eventually get it, but I was very, very excited once I could finally place that first order. So just keep that in mind. And knowing Lego's probably made an outrageous amount of those promos, so keep that in mind. I would be strongly surprised that it would sell out within the first 24 hours. I want to say the troop carrier sold out within 4 days. I remember I would check like 20 times a day just waiting for it, and then that moment it retired, I yelled throughout the house, "It's finally retired!" So that was great. But so I do think just keep that in mind if you are hoping to get that promo, and just keep that in mind. It is not a big rush. It will eventually sell out, but I'd be strongly surprised if it sold out within 24 hours, because Lego's probably made a few thousand copies. Now that I've given my full opinion on all of those for like 20 minutes, let's go ahead and talk about the beautiful brand new Lego sets coming out for May 4th. So first one is going to be the huge Lego set for this. This is going to be the Jango Fett Starship. This is beautiful Lego set. It has 2 minifigures, so for spending $300, 2 minifigures is not that good. So I think that's actually a little surprising that Lego would do that, but at the end of the day, I still think that's pretty fine. So this one is, the set number is going to be 75409, and it has almost 3,000 pieces, which is insane, with it being 2,970 pieces. And this Lego set, obviously, with it being 3,000 pieces, it is definitely going to be an 18 and up Lego set. So if you are hoping to get this, I do recommend placing an order for this very first on May 1st, because I do see this one just selling out very quickly and going past back ordered and just completely selling out. So then we got brick built Star Wars logo. I do think that one is actually very cool. There is a Marvel one exactly like that, and I don't really know exactly how well that sold, but I do think this one will sell very well. Let's get a 360 of this. It is beautiful. I really do feel like if you're a big Star Wars fan, this is going to be the ultimate thing to build for that Lego room. So this one is going to be $59.99. The set number is going to be 75407. It has exactly 700 pieces in ages 18 and up. Now, talking about the Jango Fett helmets, this one is beautiful. I really do really like this one. This is going to be $69.99, and I really do see Lego possibly raising the price over time, because I do think this one will sell very well. Will they though? Who knows? I can't guarantee it. That's just something Lego would do. So we all gotta assume that might happen later on. But who knows when this will retire? I'm not gonna say anything about that because I don't honestly know. So I do really like this build. Let's get a 360 of the helmet really quickly. I have not built any helmets. I actually have 3 in my collection right now, waiting to kind of go up in value, and then I'm gonna eventually sell it. But I really do like the helmet line, and I am possibly interested in building the collection and just getting the helmets for myself. So I do think this collection has a lot of work to it, and a lot of people seem to have really missed out on a lot of the Lego sets. So I mean, for an example, like people getting into Technics, I know quite a few people that are finally getting into building some of those bigger cars. So I think that same thing could happen to the helmets. Some people that didn't realize this existed happened to scroll through eBay one day and realized, whoa, that is cool, on like maybe like the Darth Vader helmet or something like that, and then they happen to do a little bit more digging into the helmet situation and then realize, whoa, this collection is huge and it's still being made. I also think the fact that these helmets are still being made, that could kind of push out the other ones that just retired too. It really helps stuff do a little bit better. So I'm very excited to possibly invest in this. Now there are a few helmets retiring this year. The Darth Vader one is supposed to retire, but I'm a little bit nervous on that one just because it's had a very long shelf life. But even though we're not talking about that one, let's go on to the next helmet. We got the Kylo Ren helmet. This one is beautiful. I'm so excited about this one. Now, I heard a lot of people kind of talking about this, kind of drawing it out on paper, and then kind of getting pretty creative with it. And to be honest, from some of the fan art I heard and saw from that, some of the fan art looked even better than really how that looks. I do really like this design, but after I've seen some of that fan art, I was a little bit disappointed with how it looked, because some people ended up kind of assuming that it might have like a red line through the middle, which really would have looked cool and insane for a Lego set. And I do feel like if it did, it would sell like crazy. But I do really like this design. Let's just get a 360 of it really quickly. That looks really cool. I really do like kind of that really smooth around the head like that. That is really nice, and I really like kind of the mask that goes down really. That just looks awesome. So let's just kind of get. So it is small. I will say that it is definitely a small Lego set. So if you are hoping they're going to be like bigger Lego sets, I'm sorry, but they're not. Sadly, I actually originally thought last year they were much bigger, and then I saw one in person. And I was like, oh, that is much smaller than I thought that was actually going to be. So that is interesting. Then, talking about the next one, you know what? I did not talk about any information on this one. Let's just go back a little bit. The Jango Fett helmet, set number is going to be 75408, and it has 616 pieces, and is ages 18 and up. I'm just going so quickly. I'm so excited about these Lego sets. I just am going way too fast. Then, for Kylo Ren, the set number is going to be 75415. It has 529 pieces, and is ages 18 and up. Now, talking about the next one, we got the security droid. I love this Lego set. Now, I feel like lately, Lego's really been kicking out stuff exactly like this. First, we got Chewbacca. Then we got the other one. And then we got the security droid. This one looks so cool. But I really do feel like it looks a little bit odd. Now, I feel like what I've heard from this kind of collection area, it's not the best, but I feel like that might add a little bit more value in that area, so who knows what could happen there. But this one is going to be a little bit more expensive, with it being $89.99, $90. Set number is going to be 75434. It has 845 pieces, and it's ages 10 and up. Now, talking about Kylo Ren's command shuttle, that one is so cool. I do feel like I totally see Lego having this for sale for like 6 years, because I really do feel like this one will totally sell out that first day, and looks like it's already under pre-order, and you can only get 2. So that is interesting. So Lego knows that this will sell like crazy, and I will say, when this will retire, I have huge intentions in getting as many copies as I possibly can get my hands on. But who knows when that will retire? I do see this Lego set retiring in like 6 years. So this one is going to be $69.99, $70. Set number is going to be 75406. It has 386 pieces. Looks like it would have a little bit more. And it's ages 18 and up. Now we got the chopper. And this one is beautiful. I really like this design. Now, at the end of the day, I don't think I would, if I could pick any Lego set to display on my shelf, I don't think it would really be this Lego set. I will honestly give my full opinion. I really do like it, but it's just not something I would really have in my collection. So, this one is $100. Quite expensive. $99.99. Set number is going to be 75416. Has 1,039 pieces. And its age recommendations for ages 10 and up. Now, talking about Revenge of the Sith, Hero and Villains. This one is so cool. Now, if you guys have been with this channel for quite some time, I am one of the biggest fans of investing in brickheads. I really do think they are so cool. I really do think it would be awesome if they had nameplates on the front, because like if you built maybe like 200, just had them kind of lined up on like your shelf, on like a display shelf, and someone just happens to walk in not knowing much about Legos but happens to know about those movies, I don't know if they would even be able to guess half of them, because some of them don't really look like the actual character unless it's like an obvious feature that just kind of throws it out, like maybe like a Disney character, or like Mickey, or just something that's really well known, and just not many of that Lego set. So this one is pretty cheap. It's going to be $49.99. Set number is going to be 40796, and it has 656 pieces, and its age recommendations for ages 10 and up. Now, last year there was a beautiful one that retired. I really do like that one, and I will compare that one to this Lego set 2 in the next video I'm really hoping to do. So if you guys do want to see that video, please comment that down. Then ending the video with one of my favorites. This is going to be the Luke Skywalker brickhead. This one is magnificent. I really like those Star Wars ones that they've been really bringing out lately. Especially like Clone Commander Cody that came out last year. And this one's even cooler. This one is going to be $10.99. Set number is going to be $407.95. It has 138 pieces and is ages 10 and up. I totally see Lego keeping their hands on this Lego set, maybe 2 years. But knowing brickheads, it'll most likely retire next year. So fingers crossed it does, because I really am a big fan of investing in brickheads. But with that, this is going to be the end of the video. If you guys do like this channel, and if you guys want to check out any of our other videos, we have so many videos under different playlists that we've sorted for you guys, depending on what topic you want to hear about on this channel. From retiring Lego sets, all videos on this channel, I recommend watching that one. Lego news and rumors, that's a good one too. New Lego sets, Lego deals, Lego investing, and Lego builds. And we just kicked out a huge, beautiful Lego set, and that video took a few days to edit too. So if you guys want to check that video out and show it some support, I'd really would thank you all so much for checking that video out, because that one did take a very long time to make. And you probably noticed I did not post any videos during those like 5 days, so I could just focus on making that beautiful video for you guys. So if you guys want to check that video out, please do so. We've also been posting a huge amount of shorts lately, so if you guys want to check out these awesome shorts about some of these Lego sets and maybe learn some new facts about these Lego sets you didn't know, please check those shorts out. And thank you all so incredibly much for watching today's video. And while this is the end of the video, I'd really love it if you would subscribe. Maybe hit the bell notification on all, especially so you do not miss the comparing video we're going to be doing next. And please like this video. Thank you all so incredibly much for watching today's video and supporting the channel. May 4th is such an exciting time, and I'm so excited to really give you guys a brand new video on this topic. So thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.